Welcome, everybody. This is a Day Trading Options Daily Review for May 5th, 2016. There was opportunities to be making some money if you knew what you were doing and you had the right tools. I'm Scott. He's Alan. www.wavesofprofit, bottom right-hand corner. You can subscribe. We're doing these we're going to be doing these on an ongoing basis. We've been kind of lax the last couple months or so because I was in Central America for 10 weeks enjoying La Vida Pura lifestyle of
and you deserve it.
And I deserve it. You deserve it too. I'll tell you, there's nothing like getting out and seeing the world to either appreciate the world or appreciate where you live. Yes. And I appreciated both where I was visiting and where I live a lot more because of my trip. So, and you don't have to worry about money because you know what? You can do these trades anywhere in the world. The internet is quite good in Panama and Colombia, I have to say. Not so hot in Costa Rica and Honduras or Belize, but that's another story for another day. Alan, our goal is to make 10% in 10 minutes. That doesn't mean that you have to, or that you have to stop at 10%, but you need to have some sort of target. And we want to show you that, you know what, if we can show you 3 trades, makes 10% in 10 minutes, you could get in and make 5% in 5 minutes or 30 seconds or 20% in 30 seconds. I mean, it's all over the place. We just want to show you that it's possible, it's not abnormal, and that it's easy. So, Alan, it's May 5th. Were we able to achieve our goal?
Yep, and actually your Facebook page, facebook.com/wavesofprofit, there's a few people that posted that they took the Tesla trade today. See, that's a sign of a repeatable system. And they got in at slightly different times. But the fun part is they got paid their 10% in a minute because it was a really good market today. So we're going to go look at the Tesla trade. I traded that one actually twice today. I'm going to show you both. So here, everything's looking good. I took off some of the indicators just to keep it simple for people, but you can see that we've got this nice tint here and a big red candle, and the market, well, we don't know which way the market's going, but I can tell you that pretty quickly. Right there, that is a line we added recently that represents 3,000. So stocks, it's very accurate, much more accurate than just SPY or what you're trading. So here we go. I hit the buy button for the put already. And yes, there's a little bit of commission pre-rated in there for you because that's life. So yeah, it pulled back a little bit. Did I get scared? No. Why? Because it was still running down and the market was looking okay too. So people didn't like the stock. That's fine. It was hanging near the bottom. But I was expecting this boom because over the last bunch of days, people have been selling off Tesla pretty hard. So that's the kind of news that I like is like, well, here's where we are. This is today, this last candle, and you can see the previous days are down, 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 down. It started up here and then started running down. So I knew I could probably get to at least the previous low and make some money there. And so I was doing other things today. So I said, you know what, just take me out, but it looks good. And we're just going to see how far it did make, because there are some people that did pull big money out today. I have a friend from high school. He made $18,000 in today and yesterday. He just trades more contracts and he knows what he's doing. So we're just going to move forward a little bit. And this is the point about getting out. Well, when do you? Well, that's what the testing tool is all about, is you figure out what you like. Yeah, that kind of profit did happen.
89%. Ooh.
Yeah, I actually got out and I was looking at my trade and I thought, man, I bought it, the contract at $3 and I sold it at $3.30 and a bit. And I thought, I know this is going to go further, but I do have things I want to do. And then, you know, I saw the thing going up to $4 and $5. And it was like at one point it was $5.80 odd cents, which is pretty close to this 80% thing. So let's go look at the other trade I took later today, because I was back at the desk and I saw it. I'd have to look up the exact time. I'm going to go to the end of the day here. It just makes it easier for me. And the market, I'm going to put on the market line again, was looking really strong down here. and this is where it was at the previous low. Normally I wouldn't take that, but because this market was just falling off, and you can go see that with the other stocks, I got in here, oops, there, and I got out there because it was just a nice quick profit. So we're not going to get into the details. That's the beauty of the replay. You can test all that. If we go look at another stock like SPY, you can see, this is SPY, how the market was just falling just nice and hard right there. We say nice and hard, somebody else would go, oh no, my stocks. And we're going, well, it's your problem. You shouldn't be buying that stuff. You should be trading it. So
and it's interesting to note that that's at 1 o'clock
yes.
Eastern Standard Time. So that's an afternoon trade.
Yes, and that's a normal kind of thing to have happen. Is there's these 1 o'clock, 1:30s, and you can see how the move ended at 1:30. Not like we've ever said things like that before, but you know that the market often turns at the half hour or the 15 minutes. And so let's go look at Goldman Sachs. This is a lunchtime trade, and the point about this is like, well, why did you get in here and you didn't get in there? Well, there's two reasons. I know this is not training, but we like to give you a little bit of info about what we're doing. Is at this didn't beat that, and that's really not enough of a clue. And this didn't beat that by anything, and that's usually enough to trade with. But the other stuff that we have is a really nice trend signal. So you can see here, it's these two things lined up. Doesn't mean it's going to go forever, but here I didn't have the background tint with this other tint. I only had the one. And so that was enough for me. I say, yep, I like it. And let's see how that one turns out. I hit the buy of the put. So we're trying to make money on the way down. It's below the benchmark. That's something we've been teaching lately. We added that. It's very helpful. And so it flutters, it does this, it does that. And finally, it's because it's lunchtime, you know, yeah, the market's red, but it tells you it's not such a great time. But if you like this trade, you can go ride it. And right back there is your 10%. So for me, that'd be enough, especially when everything's kind of weak. I'd be happy to take the 10. Yeah, I could go down here, go wherever, don't care. I just move on to the next trade. So here is another 1 o'clock trade that again fits all the rules that we're looking for, which are simply, I've got some color here, this tint thing, right? It's below the bench, is pushing away. The market's nice and strongly red, although it says it's a little bit of a caution. Baidu is one of those stocks you can trade very, very well. And it's getting close to a bottom here that it hit this morning, which is that line right there. And it bounced off of it before. But because the market is strong, I'm expecting it to break through. And so let's see how that one turned out. So we're going to go forward in time. Oh, and by the way, on the 60, you see it's been up there loved and down here not so loved, the stock. So red is a more preferable place to trade. So here we go. I'm going to go forward and see what happens. I'm just going forward a few minutes quite quickly. Now, at this point, this is where the market starts falling hard. So there's that line. This is actually leading the stock. That's what the line is showing me. Makes it a great trade. So I'm going to just move forward here quickly. You can see there's a Y point that says, hey, maybe it's time to get out. The market's gone flat. You could quite easily just take your money and leave. You can ride it. This is the kind of thing, well, if the market's going flat here and it was going down for that half hour, why not just get out and get paid? So yeah, we stayed in a little longer if you wanted to. I was actually in Tesla at this time, not Baidu, so I didn't trade that one. And so let's look at the summary, which is, so Tesla, you know, if you would have rode that thing the whole way down, is 80-odd%. Goldman Sachs was lunchtime 10%, which is a little bit shaky, but you weren't losing money, so you didn't have to leave. And Baidu, that was one of the easiest trades. I actually traded Tesla again because the market's running hard down. You could have bought almost anything. And that's the point about indicators is, well, which one should I get? Well, how about not get the one that's going against the market, like this one? Because, yeah, it might work, but you see when the market started falling down, this you know, golden boy is is struggling. And that's it for Cinco de Mayo 2016.
Great. Thank you very much, Alan. Very informative as usual. If you look in the descriptions, if we're on YouTube, you will see links to our courses. You'll see that they don't cost thousands and thousands of dollars, because we're more interested in you making money than us having you spend your money on training. The program works, the strategies all work, and we want to encourage you to take the training, get the 30-day free trial, practice, and then start trading. And you need to be on Interactive Brokers. So we've had a few people say, well, I'm not on Interactive Brokers, and you know, sorry, it's
not the best deal anyways.
It's the best deal anyway. So and it's not us either, by the way. We've gone to other brokerages and said, you know, we've got people that are on your platform. We would love to have access to your data feed so that it can run through and they can make trades. And they said no. Or we've looked at the data and we think, wow, these data feeds are really bad. And so that's, you know, that's why we do what we do. Interactive Brokers has a spectacularly powerful data feed, and it's accurate. It works very well all the time. We don't have a lot of glitches with it. That's right. Right, Alan?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's
okay.
Been very, very, very good.
They supply the data for all the big guys. They do all the trading for all the big guys. So you're able to open up an account for a measly 10 grand, maybe even 5 if you're Canadian, and start trading. And it's got the cheapest rates when you get in, get out. Somebody today on our Facebook group was saying, oh man, it was $60 to get in and out. Of course, he made $1,900. So I don't think he was that upset. But, you know, it was like, wow, like,
yeah, but he bought 30 contracts, cost him $30.
Yeah.
And what?
So yeah. So anyway, this is, we just want you to know, because we've had the odd person get in and say, well, this isn't any good for me because I use some other brokerage, and it's like, well, you know, we have that written all over the place, or you didn't notice it. So we're just going to take a moment and tell you about that right now. So go take the courses, practice on the replay, paper trade. And if you really work at it in a month or two, you could be doing this very, very easily, because it is rocket scientist, but we have a rocket scientist that's figured it all out so that we don't have to be rocket scientists to use it. Fair enough?
It's awesome. Thank you, Scott.
All right. Thanks for joining us, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.